Hi Leo, welcome to your August 2018 love reading. It's Raina here. So what I'm going to be doing is putting out my usual spread with the Morgan Greer deck. For the shadow position, I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot because of its imagery. And then I'm going to end the reading with an energy oracle card. I just did Taurus's reading and I'm very happy with the results of it, including that card. Oops. Okay, well, I'm not going to do that because that's for the challenge position. I picked a card by accident, so I'm going to put that back in the deck, okay? Because I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot deck for that one. Well, so far, the two cards that I've picked, I'm going to put it this way just because it's more, you can see it better maybe. They've been kind of cheery cards. Sometimes they can look really, you know, creepy in a cool way, though, because the illustrations are just awesome. Wondering if there's an Aquarius in your life. I'm getting swords, and then the star card is... Aquarius is your opposite sign, so that wouldn't be... Oh, look at all these swords. Even the card that I put back was a Seven of Swords. Okay. Alrighty then. And we are, you know, as the month begins in August, we're coming off of a lunar eclipse in Aquarius, which is your opposite sign. So there may be some kind of movement in a marriage, long-term partnership. Endings, discovery of something, revelation, I should say. So, what is happening here? What is the central theme here? The Wheel of Fortune. What a wonderful card. Well, you have your wheel or cycle of your solar cycle, Leo. Happy birthday. So you may be having your birthday. Most of you will be having it in August, and you're going to be having a solar eclipse, a new moon in your sign, on August 11th. So this could be part of that. And it's kind of like a period that we feel a sense of optimism and even physical well-being when the sun is in our sign. And that could be talking about that, or it could simply be saying that you're just, apart from that, you're having a good run of things. And this could also lead to your love life, where there's a sense of good fortune happening. So let's see. Well, I'll do this one. Okay, what is this is the Fly in the Ointment card. Actually, oh, I thought this was, okay, so this is actually wands, not swords. That's one thing about this deck. Sometimes I can't tell swords from wands. So, wands is the fire element. And the two, what does the two suggest? It suggests duality. Maybe being torn between two types of, I don't know, passions. Whether it's two people that you're passionate about, that you can't decide which one is the right one for you. Or if it's a career move, a locational move, you know, physically moving house, and not sure if you should stay where you are or go. And in a love reading, I would typically say it's two people that you are deciding from. Oh, maybe one of them is a Sagittarius because the Wheel of Fortune connects to Jupiter. So definitely a Sagittarian would be right up a Leo person's alley. Maybe it's an Aquarius and a Sagittarian. I don't know. But if we look at the base or the history or the, yeah, something like that about this, kind of explains the background. The Queen of Swords, perhaps you feel like you have to have this logical way of dealing with this situation. I would say this would be especially true if you have a true feeling for both of those people and you're finding it very hard to make a decision because you just can't feel like you could give either person up. Now, it's always possible that this is happening to you, that somebody else is choosing between you and, and their partner. And I would say, if that's the case, that you are becoming, I think, less and less dependent on this relationship. And so you may be the one to end up pulling the plug before they get a chance to. Because you simply may be tired of what is going on and you're not having it anymore. And the Queen of Swords is putting your emotions, let me say it this way, not allowing your emotions to color your good decisions. It doesn't mean that you become emotionless. That's why the Queen is there. The Queen represents the feminine principle, which is having emotions. If you make decisions, and it's funny, I was going to talk about the King, like the King of Swords, which is just with that logic, there can be this lack of engaging your heart chakra. And that might be the wrong decision. You might make a decision for the wrong reasons. But sometimes you need that too, because it's just pulling at you so much. One thing to say too is that this could even be something connected to like divorce or something, because the Hierophant I have on the top right is about the institution of marriage. So, the King of Swords can be a judge, and this could be even like a lawyer, someone who, or even I guess like a female judge or something, and you're appealing it and all this stuff, or an advisor. But perhaps there's like mixed emotions here, where you're ending something, but you feel this sense of your life beginning at the same time, which, that can happen very easily. Yeah, and I'm holding this card, and this explains it perfectly. This is the spiritual message, the Star card, Leo. And the Star card to me now, in retrospect, in my own life and from what I've read, is a card of healing, but healing implies that there was some need for the healing. So you may have gone through the dark night of the soul with something related to a relationship, and now you see the light and the hope. Could this be because you've met somebody who has shown that to you, and you feel like this contrast shows you what love can be? Yeah, for sure. And that can be literally an Aquarius, or maybe that's the Sagittarius that has come in. But the Star card to me is also a card of feeling guided by invisible forces. Because sometimes with Leo, you're holding on to dear life, your way of life. You may have a hard time, even if you're miserable, of letting go when you need to. And perhaps if you were in a relationship that has run its course, you were there way too long and you wasted sometimes years. But the Star card is like there's still time to find happiness, to be happy. It's never, we're eternal beings. It's never, ever wasted. Nothing is wasted. Because it's all providing you with information in your soul's journey. And so it never ends, and it's never a bad thing. And yeah, so it's a wonderful card of hope and also inspiration of guidance, maybe spiritual guidance from loved ones who have crossed over or spirit guides, and maybe you really feel that connection deeply, and it makes you feel safe. It makes you feel like you are being looked after. What is the practical advice? The Hierophant. This is a card of tradition, of marriage, of, I would say conformity. I'm not saying that, I don't think that this is saying you should do this. Unless you feel like you are a contrarian who just, is very rebellious and you always do the opposite just so that you can feel a sense of being special. So I'm thinking if you have a strong Uranian or Aquarian streak in you, that might be the case. But for this particular reading, maybe it does mean, in some cases, if you have a decision to make, that you have, maybe your marriage is worth saving. I'm not going to deny that could be one of the interpretations. Remember, this is a general reading, so it runs the gamut. You're not all going through the same stuff right now. But it might be asking you to look at your conditioning. What have you been told is how you should act within a love relationship? Are you supposed to be married? Is that, or otherwise it's considered an illegitimate relationship? And do you think that that's correct? Have you been told that you have to marry a certain type of person and you just don't feel that that's the case? Maybe you did what you were told and now you're questioning it. So for some people it may be valuing certain traditions that have stood the test of time. And for some people it may be that you're too brainwashed or conditioned by some teachings, maybe from long ago. Maybe they are religious teachings or cultural influences that don't work for you anymore. Also, that card connects to Taurus. So, although I once remarked that I felt it should be Sagittarius because it's the God card. Well, the Sagittarius is the God house, the 9th house, and I think it also is higher learning, which is another Sagittarius or 9th house, and also associated with Jupiter, the 9th house, which that Wheel of Fortune card is. So maybe we can. And then I found one person in one of my books that they talk about all these experts from the past. And there was one person who associated with Sagittarius, but a lot do it with Taurus for whatever reason. What is coming in is represented by the King of Swords. Again, this could be a person whose position it is to make impartial decisions. So this could be the judge's decision. This could be a mature air sign male who is in your life. Aquarius goes along with the star card. The other ones are Libra and Gemini. All of them, Leo, are compatible with you being a fire sign. Of course, Aquarius is your opposite sign, so opposites can attract, but you have a lot in common as well. And why am I picking up this card? But also the King of Swords, yeah, that could be somebody, could be like an official, or like I said, like a judge that is kind of rendering a verdict, perhaps. And then we have this card, the Hermit card. So this is kind of a solitary energy. Maybe, it's like you have a decision rendered and then you go into a mode of maybe integrating your experience and maybe trying to make this decision represented by the Two of Wands, going into some kind of like seeking the intuitive guidance, getting away from the noise of the world. The Hermit is connected to Virgo, if that means anything to you. So very interesting. And I'm going to pick a card. I'm surprised I didn't do that at the beginning, but maybe this is more dramatic to do it now. From the Energy Oracle deck, just to cap off the reading. The Thinking Woman, 47. I don't know if this is my imagination, but this deck seems to have a lot of kind of old-fashioned imagery. I mean, obviously, you know, there might be some kind of a reason for that. It's not, you know, an old deck or anything. I wonder what year this is. I don't see it on the back of here. Oh, maybe they... 2013. I'm shocked. I wonder if this is like a reprint, because I think I've seen this for a long time. Has it only been 5 years? Wow. Okay, 47. Female of wisdom or understanding. This would be this person, Queen of Swords. A female Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra? This card shows a woman holding a book, standing before a staircase, ready to lead you to higher understanding. This could be a friend who helps you express and understand your feelings, or it could be a teacher brought to your life at this time to take you in a new direction. This could also be a new love interest with a woman who is thoughtful, conscious, and aware. Or, like the thinking man, the card could represent a side of yourself that's ready to blossom and bring clarity and assistance to the world. If so, find your voice and let your wisdom shine. And right when I was saying all of that, I was thinking of this being a facet of you, not just in making a decision, but, you know, Aries, why am I saying Aries? I was thinking of fire. Leo is a fire sign, like Aries, like my sun sign of Sagittarius, and we tend to be, you know, wait for it, fiery, right? And fiery is passionate. And passion can sometimes be overwhelming to ourselves and others because our emotions are aflame. We're just like on top of the world, or we're just like so enthusiastic about something that we can lose our heads. This is a woman who is calm, cool, and collected. And sometimes having that part of ourselves is awesome, especially if you have to make a decision. Okay, Leo, I hope that you enjoyed this. If you'd like a private reading, my website is listed below this video. I hope you have a wonderful August. And yes, even those of you Leos born in July, happy birthday. Take care. Bye.